Hello everyone and welcome to this monthly budget spreadsheet. So in this spreadsheet you have different tabs below. You have the start, which is the tab where you can set your category. You have the budget planning tab. So this tab basically you can plan your budget and it will be as a dashboard. You can see the planning and the actual and the difference between them. And then you have the log tab where you can register all your transactions. You have a calendar tab where basically you will see the transaction and when it will happen, which day of the calendar and which day of the month. And then the last one, you have the compound interest calculator, which basically a tool will help you to see how much your future investment will how much will grow and how much will be the total value of this investment after certain years. And also in this one you can plan your retirement and see how much amount money you can get in your retirement. So let's go one by one. So here, if it's too big, for example, if let's go for budget planning dashboard, it's quite big here. So you can go here in the top in this three dots, click here, and then in the zoom you can click and make it in the way you would like. So let me remove these numbers here so we can start on a fresh template. So this is like fresh template, everything here with no figures, zeros. So basically you need to pay attention. You can enter the information in the cells which is in white color. Don't fill the cells which are in different color or colored cell. So this is basically gray, here gray. That means there is some formulas here which calculate the things automatically. So you don't need to put any information in those colored cells. The only thing you need to do is to fill the cells which is in white background. So here basically first thing we have the income. So from drop down menu, let me delete this one and start from scratch. So here, if you click, for example, in the drop down menu, it will give you some information here. For example, employment income. But those from where it will come? It will come from the start category. So first thing you need to start with is going to start, which the start tab. And from here you can set the categories for the expenses, the saving, and the income. So for example, the expenses, you put all the expected expenses here, saving, and for the income. And then whatever you put here, you can add, for example, let's say here, save one, let's add, for example, save two. For income, let's say income 3. You can add, you can delete, you can change whatever you want here. And whatever you put here, it will appear in the budget planning in the drop down menu. So here, for example, in income, we have added income 3, so it will appear here. And the same also for the expenses and other things. So those drop down menu will take the values from here. So you start here at the first point. And once you have your categories and expenses already here, and then it will be easy to fill this sheet in the budget planning, because it will be like a drop down menus, and it will be also easy to fill it here because it will be drop down menus here also in the monthly transactions. So it's quite important to start by setting up those expenses and income and so on categories. So this is the first step. Second step, once we have this ready, then we can go for budget planning dashboard, and then we can enter and plan our budget. So employment income, let's say I'm getting like 6,000, and then from side hustles I'm getting like 1,000, for example, per month. Let's say I'm getting from dividends 500 per month, and so on. So this is basically the budget for your income. And then let's go for the actual, how much you already get this month. If you get this month, let's say I get 5,900, there's a deduction with 100, for example. And for example, in side hustle, I get more this month as actual, and here I get what I expected. So you add the budget and the actual figures for the income. And then for the expenses, you also need to add how much you budget, and then the actual will come automatically from this tab. So let's put some information here. Let's say groceries, we plan like 1,000 per month. For home rent, it will cost me 1,500 per month. So you set all the information about your budget. I will fill down those very fast. So here I have already added my expenses, which total 5,000. Also the same, I'm gonna add the budget for the saving. So for example, I would like to save an emergency fund, like 500 per month. I would like also to save in my retirement, or let's say in vacation fund. So at the end of the year, I would like to go vacation, so I need to save for that vacation. Let's say I'm gonna save like 300 per month. And you enter all your planned saving here. And also you can put the actual, how much basically you have taken this month. So let's assume the actual is same as what I have planned in budget. Okay, so now I have filled all the information about income, expenses, and also the monthly saving funds. Then this information about the actual here, it will come automatically once you start filling the log or monthly transaction. Whatever you fill here, it will take the information and will be filled here in this actual tab automatically. So you don't need to worry about this one. So information will flow once you start filling the information in the monthly transaction. Let's go, and then here, this is the important part, because here your income is 7,500. And then you have expenses with 5,000. And then you have all those savings for emergency fund and vacation, and for example, and other kind of savings. So this field here, basically it will calculate the remaining amount. So it will assume directly that 7,500, deduct from it 5,000 expenses, and deduct from that also the saving which you needed. And then the rest of amount of money, it will put it, it's supposed to go for investment. So this 1,400, it came by 7,500 minus 5,000, the expenses, minus the total of saving, which is 1,100. So that will give us a 1,400 remaining that we can put in the investments. And this is very important part here. So in those two tables, the investment plan and retirement plan, here you can basically plan your financial free or your retirement and your investment. So the 1,400, which is remaining from all the expenses and saving, will come here. And then you can put, if you have any money in your hand now, let's say you have at your hand 3,000. You can put it here, or you can put 0 if you don't have anything. So those amount will go for the investment. And then for how many years you would like to do this investment. Let's say you would like to do the investment for 20 years. So you put here the number of the years, 20 years or maybe 25 years. So now you are at age, let's say at age 25, and then you would like to invest in for another 25 more. So at the age of 50, you would like to have early retirement. So, and then you put here the annual interest rate. So we can put 10%, and this is basically the average rate from SP 500 fund. So if you put your investment in the stock or in the funds, so for the last 10 years, the SP 500 give you a return about 12% per year. And if we deduct the inflation, which is around 2%, then it will give you like a total about 10% every year as a return of investment or interest. So we put this figure, assuming that we are going to invest our money in SP 500 fund. But you can choose any kind of fund here just to help you to do the calculation. So we put all the information here. And then if you go up and look, here you can see the future investment value. So after 25 years, if you continue putting 1,400 in the investment after 25 years, assuming 10% interest rate, then you will get 1,870,000 after 25 years. And you can play with this number around until you can get the desired number. So you can plan basically your investments. And you can see more information about how this number we have reached. If you go here for this one, compound interest calculator, here basically you don't need to enter any information. All this information will come automatically from the budget planning dashboard. So here just for you to see how this number has been calculated. So, and here it will give you a summary. After 25 years, you will having this amount of money. And this amount basically the saving is 439 and you get 1,430,000 of more by investment by interest. And here you can see the breakdown. So at certain age, here or maybe the only thing you can put here your age, for example. If you are 25 now, you put 25. So let's put it like that. Let's make this cell white because this is supposed to be white cell. So this is the only information you can put here, your age. And then it will tell you, okay, at this age, how much you'll have. And then until the age of 50, you'll have this amount of money. And more information you can see here, how your money will be growth, how much from this money came from direct. If we just make a saving without investment, it will be this amount only. But if you put it in the saving, then it will also get this amount as a return of the investments. So that's why you can see how it will grow. So this will give you more information basically. So let's go again back to our dashboard. So now we have planned our investment. Then let's plan our retirement or plan our financial free situation. So once you reach the age of 50, let's assume, or once you reach after this 25 years, which you already put here for the investment, after this 25 years, you get this amount of money, 1,870,000. So now you decide what you are going to do with this number. So if you would like, for example, to invest this capital again, let's say you decide now I would like to invest it in more, let's say more in less risk investment. Let's say I would like to buy some real estate and rent it out. And the expected return for that, let's say it is 7%. And then after that, you decide basically, okay, how much amount of money you are going to take monthly from this capital. So this 7% basically, it will give you the growth for your capital in another investment, for example. And here you can decide how much you would like to withdraw from that age until, let's say, you pass away. So let's say you are going to withdraw, let's say 5%, and then here you can see with your monthly income. So if you take 5% from this capital every month, every year, then it will give you like 7,792. If you would like to take, let's say 6%, then you can see how much amount of money you can get per month. And you can see more information about your retirement plan if you go here for the compound interest calculator again. So with those figures will come automatically here. And then here, this is basically your amount of your capital after 25 years. It will still grow because you put it in the real estate with 7% profit. So it will grow by the time. And here you can see how much amount you can take every month. So more information you can read here. And here it will give you breakdown details. So you have this amount. but you put it in the real estate, so you are getting like 187,000 annually as a profit from this real estate or from this investment with this 7%. But you take only 6%, so you took only 112,000. So you still have remaining 78,000, which will be added for the next year because you haven't taken all the investment. But even if you decide, okay, I will take here the whole 7%. That means if you go here, that means basically it will not grow your capital, but also it will not go to zero because your capital will be the same because you get 7% and you withdraw the 7%. So the same capital will be remain. So you are going to live with only from the profit or from the interest, which or investment return. So from this way you can decide. Maybe also you can see, okay, I would like to take maybe more. Let's say I would like to take 15%. Just play around this number and then you can plan. And then here you can see if I will do that, when my money will be disappear. So it will go down because your withdraw is much higher than the profit or the return of investment. So here you can see basically how much you get every year until the age of 100, but still you are getting like 4,388 per month. So it will take much time for this money to finish. So this is regarding the budget planning. So in this way you plan your budget. In this way you plan your investment. In this way you plan also your retirement by this tab. And then once you have planned everything, now you would like to follow up your monthly transaction. So what you will do, you go for this here, monthly transaction. You just select the date, double click, select which date. Here November, you can click which one and select basically it is expenses, groceries, for example. Let's say I spent today 100. If it is monthly. So for example, let's say why this is important also, because for example, you put in the expenses, you put, for example, insurance, let's say car insurance. But car insurance, maybe you are going to pay car insurance once per year. So you put, for example, I'm going to pay 500 annually. So that means basically it will be like monthly $41. So it will calculate automatically. And so on. So once you fill all the transaction, it's supposed to go directly to budget planning. It will be reflected here. So if you click on this tab, it will come here, and then here you can see the difference between the actual and the budget. You can see here also the breakdown for your expenses, your breakdown for the actual. As I said, also your investment. You can see here. You can see here also how much amount. Total income 7,600. You have left 3,960 to spend more, because once we calculate the transaction up till today, will be 360.40. So minus this from the budget, total income, then this is the remaining you can spend, and so on. So this is for the actual, and then you go for the calendar, and here you can simply go and select the month. So let's say we would like to go for November. So we just select any date in November. So it will show you basically in November, and if there's any expenses added here. But we have added all of them to October. So let me go to October. Then you can see here the bills and the expenses. And maybe you can follow up some of them. Okay, this is done, this is done, this is whatever you would like to do. I hope that you enjoy this template. And if you have any questions, please send me in the comment, and I'll try to reply to them. Thank you very much. Wish you have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye.